Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's me again. You're listening to the Apocalyptic Optimath. My name is Lucifer. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are doing great. If you like the content that I create, leave a like and subscribe. Yeah, I don't do videos every day, but I try to make as much videos as I possibly can, and I do. It's good to be subscribed because I always pull out something. Okay, so I always have something. There's always something new on my channel. Um, yeah, I don't edit. I don't edit because, quite frankly, my computer is not powerful enough for edits. Okay, I could try. I could try, but if I do that, I could also lose the video. Well, I could make a copy, and well, that's bullshit. I could lose the work that I'm working on. It could get corrupted. The file could get corrupted, and because there's a little bit of latency. And when there's latency on your computer, well, what that happens is, as it's saving, it might have trouble saving the work. And if the computer has trouble saving the work that you're doing, well, you might lose it. There's a slight chance that you might use it, even though it's rare. It hasn't happened to me in quite a minute, in a long time, but it's rare. I usually use hit films plug. I'm plugging hit films right now. It's a great it's a great website for video editing. Well, actually, it's not a website, but you have to download some kind of. It's kind of like a little software. It's not that big. It's pretty heavy if you have all the things, but it's like connected to the internet. So, because you can buy things off of the store, there's like a online store in the software, so you can do more, VFX if you're into VFX, visual effects and things like that. If you're into that, well, hit films is a good software that I usually use, that I used to use for video editing when I used to edit my videos, which I obviously stopped. And then there's OBS and whatnot, whatever. So yeah, man, I hope you guys do it good. I hope you guys do it great. Like I said, man, I feel like I should talk about. I want to. I don't feel like I want to talk about childhood, right? I want to talk about childhood because at the end of the day, you can blame the world for the state that it's in, or you can blame yourself for a lack of will, right? I call it a lack of will because bringing a child into the world is a very important thing. It's a very important. Me personally, and I've talked to other people, I've talked to other dads, and they had the same experience, but it's not an experience that happens to every dad, But me particularly, when I had my child, um, it was an eye-opening experience. It kind of like there was a spiritual thing there. There was something spiritual. There was kind of like it was like awakening. It was like I was awakening from something, right? It almost felt like the Buddhism version of illumination, right? When you achieve illumination, or some people call it nirvana. When you achieve illumination, it felt the same way. Having a child, to me, felt the same way. And I spoke to other dads to see if was it a coincidence? Was it just like, it just so happens that day, it had nothing to do with my child, but because it happened like 2 days after. 2 days after I had my child, I kind of like woke up and I kind of like saw the universe, and I understood a bunch of shit. Um, and that was a very eye-opening experience, which made me take family issues more seriously, right? And like I said, I've spoken to other fathers, and they felt the same thing. I've heard that they was like, yeah, man, me too. I kind of felt like, there was this a thing emerging from me. It was like, and so, like I said, I feel like it's because you can blame the state of the world for what it is, but at the end of the day, most of us had parents, right? Unless you can prove and tell me that people that run the world are people that didn't have parents, okay, fine, sure, maybe I can, take that as credit, but like it's I is that credible? I mean, to a certain extent, it's credible, because at the end of the day, there's other adults around. Even if you don't have a parent, like, there's other adults around. So the other adults that are around are supposed to be able to help you navigate, right? So like, what really is the problem? Because you can't blame a kid for growing up and being fucked up. If the kid is fucked up, that's just a reflection of your reality. So having fucked up kids is a reflection of your reality. It's not his fault. And even if it is his fault, there's something wrong. There's still something wrong with the world, right? If you got people out here taking drugs, selling drugs, whatever, shooting each other, like, there is a problem. But where does the problem stem from? The problem doesn't stem from them. It stems from us. And the thing is, most people are not equipped to deal with those situations, but they don't care. They still have children, and it creates a vicious circle of bad things, of unfortunate behavior and unfortunate events, right? Unfortunate situations, right? So, that's why I'm saying, like, is it like, you can't, that's why I'm saying that you can't really blame the world for being bad. You can. I mean, it's normal. I mean, it's normal to come to the realization that the world is fucked up, but you can't spend if you're the kind of person that's how you recognize somebody that's lazy, right? That's how you recognize a bad person, right? A person that spends years and years and years and years repeating the world is fucked up, the world is fucked up, the world is fucked up, that's a bad person, right? Because this person is not going to do anything to change anything, right? He's not trying to do better. He's just complacent, right? He's just accepting. He's just like conforming and accepting the fact that the earth is fucked up, right? But he's not actively doing anything to remedy to that situation, whatever that thing that he would be capable of doing is, right? So, but, and then, because at the end of the day, when you come to the realization that the world is fucked up, you should only be irritated by this notion for 5 minutes. You can't spend years and years and years repeating the world is fucked up, right? Like it's, so there's a inherent problem, because it is inherited. It's an inherited problem with us, because we don't try to get the tools that we need in order to become wiser, right? Most of the time, not all of us, some of us do, but most of the time we don't do that. right? And we don't grow wiser, we don't become wiser, and so we spend years repeating the world is fucked up, the world is fucked up, the world is fucked up, right? But that's a fleeting moment, that's a fleeting idea, that's just a passageway note. So you're not supposed to, that's supposed, that emotion, that feeling that the world is fucked up and you being like literally angry that the world is fucked up is supposed to last like 5 seconds, because it's just an afterthought. Because at the end of the day, there's 24 hours in the day. There's 24 hours in the day. There's 7 days in the week, and there's the 365 days a year. So when you come to a realization, you're not gonna, let's say you like drinking beer, right? And there's a beer shop next to your house, and you like drinking beer, right? But you never go to the beer shop that's next to your house, and you like don't, but you sit there and complain that you don't have a beer. And not only that, you're spending days, hours, you're like sitting there, it's been like 10 minutes and you're complaining about like not having beer for the past 10 minutes, right? And then, you know, an hour passes by, you're still complaining that you don't have a beer. 6 hours go by, you're still complaining that you don't have a beer. 12 hours go by, you're still complaining that you don't have a beer. 24 hours go by, you're still complaining that you don't have a beer. 2 days go by, you're still complaining that you don't have a beer. 7 days, a month, a year go by, you're still complaining but you could just go and get a beer. But you sit there and complain that you don't have a beer. That's an inherent problem. That's a problem with us. It's not a problem with children. The problem is you. And your children is a chance to fix that problem that you created or that someone else created. Whichever you want to see it, however you want to see it, it doesn't matter. Both ends are right. If you're the kind of, because it's not just me. I'm not the only one that has that kind of rhetoric. There's other people that feel that same way. There's people that think that we're the problem, and there's people that think that the problem stems from someone else. And in both cases, you're right. The problem does stem from someone else because we are being controlled by social elites and yada 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 blah blah blah. But what I'm saying at the end of the day is that these social elites, the blah, 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 you can't put all the blame on them. Because like I said, it's like I said in my last video, I don't remember which video I said that in, but, you know, most people wake up and they sell out, right? They don't even try nothing. They don't try, because at the end of the day, like, a lot of people think that most of the things that are happening right now is because the world is fucked up. No, it's because of laziness. It's not because the world is fucked up. It's because people literally don't feel like doing shit. You know what I mean, bro? Like, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of work. It's like construction is easy. I don't care what I worked in construction. Like, I don't care what you say. Like, you can say whatever you want. Construction is easy. It looks hard. Yeah, and if you don't understand what they're doing, it is, right? Because you don't understand, you don't know, like they're putting stuff in places and stuff and nailing things, and you got to know what you're doing. But once you know what you're doing, once somebody teaches you how to do it, it's fucking easy. And it's fun. You know, it's fun and it's easy, right? And most things are like that. Most things are like that. Like you know, I don't know, becoming an Olympian. That it looks hard, but if somebody teaches you how to do it, it's not. It's fucking easy. So you'd be surprised how much things. It's like a unknown secret. It's like most people, but that's because of laziness, right? And the people people kind of have this secret rule where they don't tell other people that they can do it too. They sit there. Most people sit there, act like nothing happened. They act like nothing happened. They don't say a goddamn word. They don't say a fucking word. Nothing. And then but at the end, and you're sitting there watching TV, how the world is fucked up and shit like that, and you're fucking annoyed by this, and you're literally like, this is bad. This is not supposed to be happening, and you're wondering how could you help and stuff, right? But the guy is listening to you, is right next to you, and he has a job that he could, you know what I mean? He has some knowledge that he could give you, but he doesn't give it to you because of greed, or something like that. I don't know if it's greed. But it's something. I don't know what it is. But no, it's not greed. It's actually human. People hate you more than you think. That's what it is. It's hate, right? Because at the end of the day, people that work every day, people that find jobs, think they're better than people that don't have jobs or a specific job, right? So if a person that has a job, right, like that person is very proud, right? So he's not going to tell you, I do something super easy that you could do, blah, 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 blah. That's not what he's going to tell you. He's not going to say shit. Not a goddamn word. Not a goddamn word. And the reason for that, and it's not that bad either, because at the end of the day, he's kind of right to act like that, because that also means that you didn't try enough, right? That means you didn't try enough. So when you talk to a person and you talk in a certain way, the person realizes, oh, okay, he didn't try. He didn't try anything. He didn't even, this nigga didn't even fucking work or nothing, bro. Like, what the fuck? What you talking about? This shit's easy. It's like, and this is on all levels. Because, like, if I go to a all black school in, I don't know, Chicago. Let's say I go to an all black school in Chicago, right? And I start talking to them about fucking investment not investment banking. I don't like investment banking. Is boring. But like forex trading. Like if I go talk to them about like investing in risk investments. Risk investments is what I usually talk about on my channel, which is like, just investing in what you choose to invest. Those are risk investment, right? So, like, I can't go to a black school that's going to start talking about that, because they're going to be like, it's not because they're stupid and it's not because they're not interested. It's because they think it's hard. Especially if you go over there with a panel and a bunch of numbers and a bunch of math, it looks hard. Not because they're stupid. That's not why. It's because that's not what they are used to. And that's a very big thing. Because there's a difference between not being able to learn, having learning disabilities, and then just purely not having that in your culture at all. It's not that you're stupid. It's not even, there's no one in your country that does that. No pun intended, no offense meant. I'm not saying black people don't, invest in shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. But it's not a habitual habit. It's not an habitual habit. You're not going to go, when you go to You know, a black person's house. They're not sitting there talking about investing in this and that and blah blah blah. You know, that's just not the case. You know, and I'm not targeting black people on purpose here. I'm just trying to paint a picture here because there's a lot of white families that don't talk about investment either. All right, they're just like black folks. You're gonna walk into the house and they're talking about food and you know what I mean. They're talking about food and shit, and you know, and that's it. Like, you know what I mean. So it's not it's humans are creatures of habit. Humans are creatures of habit. You have to be used to doing something. You have to be doing something over and over again. There's certain things in certain culture that is not something that is reoccurring. Like Indians, it's not a poor country, but it's kind of poor, but they do invest and they are in, you know, technology, but it's a poor country. But for some reason in their culture, that's a reoccurring event. It's part of the society that they live in. It's part of the things that they think about, right? So it's not because they're poor. It's not because, you know, being poor means that you have learning disability. No, you're just not used to that. It's just not how you live your life. That's all it is. So when it comes to children, there's a lack of will from humanity to raise gods. Because our jobs as fathers, our jobs as God, is to raise other gods. And to make sure that these gods do better either than me or better than what the past generation did. Or the current generation. Whichever comes first. Whatever. Whichever you prefer, right? So it's your job to raise these gods. That's the definition. That's the real meaning of God. The real meaning of God is not praying to some guy in the sky and shit like that. No. Your God, act like it. That's what Christianity is about. Whatever. You're supposed to be God, so act like one, and be like one. Like what's the thing again? God created you as image, right? So that means you're a mirror. So that means you're a mirror of God, right? We can all agree on that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people agree on that. So you're a mirror of God. So why are you not as wise as God? Because you don't have to know everything, but wisdom is like knowing everything. Because wisdom is when you have wisdom is not I know everything, you can't tell me shit, I know everything. I'm the number one top shotter, top shotter no miss. Them say me I rise crime. With people that eat fish and rice, fish and rice time. Anyway, so that's not what wisdom means. Wisdom means if you don't know something, you're gonna have the idea to learn about it because you don't know about it. That's wisdom, and that's mirroring God. Of course, that's not truly what I believe because I don't think God is like that at all. But I think, all that shit was written by some very intelligent people 5,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, and that's pretty much it. I don't believe in none of that shit. But we're still going to use that as an example because I'm pretty sure you're going to understand whatever I'm telling you, and you're probably just saying the word the word God or Jesus lights up a fire into you. So that's what I'm gonna do, right? But I don't believe in none of that shit. So whatever. So you're a mirror of this said God, right? So but a God is supposed to be all knowing. But how do you become all knowing? By having wisdom. Because only with wisdom will you be able and have the patience, have the capability, have the will, not the capability. You will have the will and the patience to learn what you must learn in order to become as God, an Asgardian. So you're guarding what? What are you guarding? What are Asgards guarding? They're not guarding ass, as some people would say. Yes, I've heard that. I shit you fucking not, bro. I was watching a video this other day. I was crying laughing. This dude was fucking serious too. He said that shit seriously. Like, he was not kidding, bro. I'm not gonna say his name. I think I remember his name, but I'm not gonna say it. This guy's etymology of Asgardian was ass. Asgard. You do Asgards, bro. They're Asgards. That's what Asgards are, bro. They're Asgards. They're guarding ass. Bruh. Like, man. Dude, I swear I saw that shit on YouTube, man. I swear. It was a fucking documentary, bro. It was a fucking documentary. This dude said Asgard, bro. I was like, what the fuck? Garden ass, bro. The fuck out of here. Bro. Oh, man. I'm sorry. I'm a stupid person. Okay. So, now that that's settled, now that we know what our Asgards guard, now that we know that we guard ass, that's what we do. Well, in my case, I actually do guard ass, but okay, that's a bad joke. I'm sorry. I'm a bit dark. Okay, so but that's what people in the hood would say about me. They would call me, you're an ass guard. You guard ass, bro. You're always guarding ass, bro. Like, so that's why I don't talk to you, nigga. You was guarding ass. That's why I don't like you, bro. You're always guarding ass, bro. You're an ass guard, bro. We'll call you Asgard now, bro. So, anyways, back to what we were saying. You're. I can't do it. Give me a second. Oh shit! I gotta get it out my system. Give me a second. All right, we're back. All right, I think I'm good. I think I got it out my system. I think. So, back to what we were saying. The notion of what are you guarding, right? So each and all of us are guardians of. We're guarding God, right? We're guarding. We're all guardians at the end of the day, right? So. And we guard God, right? We are at the door. We stand at the door of so-called heaven, right? And this is true. This is the truth of this spiritual thing that we have here. Right, because we have the knowledge. If you have the knowledge, therefore, it is your responsibility. Right, so that's why you're an Asgard. You're an Asgardian, because it's your responsibility to keep those teachings and keep those teachings, keep that knowledge, not just to yourself, but you got to guard it. So what does that mean? Well, it's your responsibility to know when you can give out certain information or certain know-how or certain knowledge, because it's not just about knowledge, it's also about know-how. Speaking of construction, right? So it's also about know-how. So you're guarding, it's not, you're not supposed to, uh construction is a bad example, but let's say you work in trade, right? You work in Wall Street, right? So now you are the guardian of investment, right? You're the guardian of financial standing, but you're not just the guardian of financial standards. That's not what you're guarding. What you're guarding is the God aspect inside of the job that you're doing, right? Because anybody can work in investment banking and anybody can become good at investment banking, but the reason why they're good, the reason that, the morality issue in investment banking, there comes a line where there's a morality issue in investment banking. So I'm not talking about a new guy that just stepped into the job and he's a rookie and now it's your job to teach him how to do the job. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that are already pre-established. You already being pre-established, and your job is to basically direct people towards the right things, right? Towards the right way of thinking. Because somebody can come into investment banking and be like, man, I'm going to fraud as many people as I fucking can, right? Like before I die, bro, right? He's fucking super on it. Your responsibility would be like, you don't have to fraud everybody on the fucking planet. All you can do is this, that, this, and that, and this, and that. If the person doesn't want to do it, that's his problem, right? And that's also the reason why you're a guardian, right? Because at the end of the day, the person has free will, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants. If you give him the knowledge, if you give him the know-how, and he still wants to, scam everybody out of their fucking money on the entire planet, then that's his fucking problem. But and that's his problem, because at the end of the day, I'm not saying that you're gonna turn into a fucking superhero or some shit like that. That's not what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, that's his business, and whatever happens to him going down that road is whatever happens to him going down that fucking road. That's neither your fucking business at that point. Your job is basically to make sure either that doesn't happen again, either not really, if the person, because that's for somebody that's the boss of the place to decide that. Your responsibility as a singular individual is to be sure that you have the wisdom, right, of investment banking or construction or whatever the fuck, right, or being a dad or whatever, or mom, whatever, right? So that's where it starts and ends. It's a spiritual thing. It's about your own morality and your own conviction, right? And when your morality aligns, when your morality and conviction aligns with logic and common sense, that will lead you down a road of God status, of God state, or God-like state, apotheosis. I mean, you're not gonna be a god, not a full-blown god, but technically, I mean, like, like you're going to you're going down apotheosis. You are still learning. You are still going to learn at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, so, and that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing, right? So so it's and when I say we are all guarding the door of paradise, we're all guarding the door of paradise. We're all so and that you're a student. You're a student or a master if you know what paradise is, right? If you know what paradise is, you're a teacher, you're a guardian, you're a master, right? If you don't know what paradise is, that means you're a student. That means you still have more to learn, and wisdom comes in there, and wisdom is going to help you to learn what is paradise, right, or heaven, or whatever you want to call it, nirvana, illumination, whatever, right? So your wisdom is going to, it's not just the guardian that's supposed to have wisdom, you have wisdom too. It's not, wisdom is just, it's not just for the teacher. Wisdom is also for the student. So the student needs wisdom, right? If a student doesn't have any wisdom, he can't learn. Like I said before in the beginning of my video, right? So, you know, that's where the yin and yang thing comes in. That's where the student master relationship, where the master is the student the master thing comes in line. Because you know, like you create your own destiny at the end of the day. You using your wisdom to make yourself better in whatever that you choose to make yourself better in. That's wisdom, right? And that means you're going down the road to mastership, right? You're going down the road to mastership, right? So eventually you're going to be an expert, and then a master, and then a teacher, you know, and then a god. You know, like it is what it is. You know, then a guardian, and then a god, whatever. So like I said, it's in this, everything that I just said is a direct result of how we treat children. And right now, people are sexualizing children today more than ever. You know, anime, you know, in anime, there's a lot of, you know, those, you know, it's weird. Anime is weird, bro. You know, it's everywhere. We're sexualizing children everywhere. I'm not targeting Asians or anime on purpose, but I have to say, like, I've been looking at anime recently, and I'm like, why are they always young? Like, or is it like, what's up with the young girls, man? There's a lot of young girls and stuff, and you know, it's weird, you know, because they have Illuminati too. Don't think just because it's Japan, it's like 3 billion miles away, that there's no Illuminati over there too. I was watching a movie the other day, and it was clearly Illuminati shit. Right, I was looking at an Asian movie. It was a purely Asian movie, but it was Illuminati shit, man. They had a little girl in there talking about like eating sausages. I'm like, what the fuck? I stopped watching the shit right there, bro. Like, and I wanted to watch the damn movie. That's the worst part. But, you know, when I heard the little girl, it was like, she was like 12, not even, like, you know, she was like really small, like a small girl, not a teenager. She was like a small girl talking about sausages. I'm like, what the fuck is this, dude? Like, so we sexualize children. We're more concentrated on sexuality than we're concentrated on real shit, right? And so, you know, that's bullshit, you know, because if you're gonna be concentrated on sexuality, concentrate your sexuality on a mature person, a person that actually knows what sexuality is, right? Like, test your sexuality against true sexuality. Right? Don't test your sexuality versus sexuality that you can get because it's right there, it's easier, and you don't have to do much and shit. Like, that's bullshit. That's crap. That's garbage. You know, but you know, and it's like we don't care. It's like we don't care. We sexualize children, and we don't give a shit. You know, it's like, it's fucked up, and the pattern is repeating itself because at the end of the day, like, we sexualize children. So the mothers grow up with the idea in their brains that it's normal for children, for a young girl to be sexualized, right? So, you know, so she's gonna raise her child in consequence of that, right? It is what it is. It doesn't work two ways. It's the only way that it works. So it's inheriting. It's an inherent behavior. It's an inherent thing, right? So, you know, it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up shit, dude. Like, so we're not doing anything that you know we should be doing, and we're not teaching things that we should be teaching, right? Because we should teach children about spirituality, which is the number one thing that we should teach children. We should teach children about spirituality. We should teach children about science too. That's very important. We should teach children everything. All art, science, spirituality are the three things that we should teach our children that is super important before they start working in construction and building houses. Before they start building houses, we should teach them what spirituality, science, and spirituality, science, and I said three things. I forgot what the third thing. We should teach children spirituality, science, and damn, I forgot. What's the third? What's the third thing? Spirituality. We should teach children spirituality, science. Fuck. I can't remember. God damn it. Well, rewind it. But we should teach these three things, which is very, very important. I can't believe I kind of forgot. Whatever. So you should teach these three things, and that's gonna actually make it easier for him to build a house, because those three things gives you intelligence. It gives you an all-around intelligence naturally, right? And that intelligence grows and grows exponentially. Like spirituality, science, and know-how is going to grow that child's brain, right? And by the time that he gets to the point where he has to build a house, that shit's gonna be easy. Basically, we're gonna create geniuses. We could create geniuses, right? But that's not what the government want for some reason. I don't know why, but for some reason the government doesn't want to raise geniuses, right? But at the end of the day, it is cheaper to have a school system that we have right now. It's heinous. The school system that we have right now is heinous and it's criminal and it shouldn't exist, but it's cheap and practical, because at the end of the day, humanity, Western society thrives on practicality, pragmatism, right? So I can build this fast and a lot. Therefore, this is useful. This is more useful than this, because this is going to take more time and is going to be harder. So we're going to go over here because we can build more and we can build it faster, and we can get people rolling. We can get people into the workforce faster and easier, right? But you have to understand. So you have to understand. This is the reason of why our society is built the way it's built. It's built on pragmatism, right? It's built on practicality, right? So it's practical to have it the way that it is. But in actuality, if we did teach children spirituality, science, and common sense, whatever, critical thinking, whatever, right? That's not it. Science, and I'm gonna just say science and spirituality. That you, like I said, you would be creating geniuses, man. You would be creating children. You would be creating adults that would be capable of doing anything at all. Doesn't matter what it is, right? So all of us could all do everything that everybody does. So now it becomes, and that's the thing, that's when you know that a society has achieved godhood, because at that point, can we agree that gods mostly all have the same powers, right? Is all gods, a lot of gods, all gods can heal, has a moderate healing factor. All gods have a moderate strength factor. All gods have, they all have a all around thing that makes them God, that makes them a God, that they have certain traits, certain powers that you see, oh man, you're powerful, therefore a God, right? So they're all like that at the end of the day, right? So, but they all have a certain preference, right? And that's the difference. That's where individualism comes from. That's where character and individualism comes from, and tradition comes from, right? So it doesn't matter that everybody knows how to do everything. At the end of the day, that's neither here or there. At the end of the day, the people that want to build houses because they really like building houses, that's what they're going to do. Everybody can build a house, but those guys really like building houses. So that's what they do all the time. And they're faster than everybody. They build the thing faster, and they just like building houses, right? And that creates a utopia. That would create a utopian society, right? It would have created a utopian society, bro. And of course, now I'm on high ideals, literally. I'm on a high ideal. So, there's the notion of, okay, well, we're not going to achieve a utopian society, but that's neither here nor there. It's not about achieving it's not necessarily about achieving the utopian society, right? It's about like what you got in your mind. Because at the end of the day, even if we don't achieve a utopian society, even though we don't go further than what we have today, having these things, having that wisdom is still a good thing, right? Being wise is still a good thing, regardless of the capabilities of your civilization, right? It's still a good thing to be wise. So it doesn't really matter that you don't have to achieve utopia, but having those notions, learning what you need to learn is not going to be detrimental to you. It's actually going to be good to you. And it's good to you. It's not good to someone else. It's good to you. Because you're the one that knows things. You're the one that builds things. You're the one that invents things. So this wisdom is not a detriment to you. It's not evil. It's not going to destroy you. It's going to make you more than what you are, or what you have accepted being. Because that's the thing. People accept being the way that they are. People accept being what they are. So that means they could choose to be something else. Because at the end of the day, it's a choice, right? So, a lot of people just exist to perpetuate this linear, archaic ideology, right? And most of us only know archaic ideology because we were raised by people that also was raised on archaic ideology. So it makes more archaic people. So being archaic is not a good thing. It's not. You're outdated. That means you're outdated, bro. Like, so, and there's a lot of ideologies today that are outdated. There's a lot that's outdated, and the global elites are trying to make you believe that sexualizing children is not archaic, but it is. It's very archaic. It's not new. Sexualizing children is not a new way of thinking. It's an old way of thinking. It dates back to the Stone Age. Sexualizing children dates back to the Stone Age, bro. That's archaic. So the Illuminati and everybody that's part of the Illuminati are archaic. They're ancient. They're out of date. No pun intended, no offense meant. But it's true. It's an archaic way of thinking. Sexualizing children is an archaic way of thinking. But they're sitting there controlling the media, controlling the narrative. And it's not necessarily that it's functioning, but they put so much imagery out there that you almost feel bad for not abusing children. Like, you almost feel bad for not abusing children. They almost make you feel bad for not sleeping, for not having sex with children, bro. Like, it's like you feel like you're archaic, and you start doubting yourself. You start questioning yourself. You be like, well, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe yes, it is that bad. It's actually pretty fucking bad. It's really fucking bad. You're a caveman. You're a man incapable of evolving. You're a man incapable of progressing. You're a how do you call that? You're a Homo sapien, right? You know, it's that shit's ancient, man. So they're trying to bring back caveman shit. And I say it's the children thing that they're trying to bring, but look at what they're trying to do. Like, the global elites are trying to take away our money and make us live like, like getting in line and stuff like that. I don't want to get in line. I don't believe in lines. I don't get in lines. When I go somewhere, I'm not rich, bro, but the way that I look when I go somewhere, sometimes I get, I don't do the line. They let me go in front. I'm not rich. It's just, I'm just like that. Sometimes I go to places and I don't stay in line. Not everywhere, but it happens. It's kind of weird. I don't wait in line. That's the universe. Those are messages from when that happens, it's a message from the universe. That means I'm the shit. So, and that shit should happen to you too. Sometimes, you shouldn't have to. You don't have to wait in line. That's bullshit. That's archaic. You're a caveman. You're a Homo sapien. So like I said, we're over sexualizing children. And we don't care about our own future. If you do that, it's because you don't care about your future. Or you have a very bizarre future in mind. Right? You have a bizarre future in mind. You have a future where you think that that's the shit. Right? So, but there's no wisdom there. There's no progress. There's no evolution. So I don't see how that could be a good thing. I don't see that. I don't know. I don't see how that could be a good thing. So, it's not. It can't. Because you're stagnant. You're stagnant. You're not doing anything. You're mentally complacent. You're unwilling to know how to do things. And that's not good. There's nothing. I don't see how that could be good. Not willing to do things is. I don't see how that's a good thing. I don't see how that's a good thing, dude. I really don't see it. I don't see how that benefits anyone in any shape or form. Give me a second here. So, we can't, like I said in the beginning of the video, we can't sit here and blame the world for being fucked up. I mean, you can, but at the same time, you can't. You have to realize that you have a part in the fucked upness of the world. You got to realize that you play, either you played a part or you have a part in the fucked upness of the world, bro. Like, and then from then on you can move on. If it's your first time joining my channel, welcome, by the way, and leave a like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. But pardon the segue here, pardon the plug here, but if it's your first time hearing these words, hearing words like this, it's not too late. It's not too late. When you realize this, when you realize that, okay, yeah, I do have a little bit of responsibility for what's going on, and I can actually do better, then you can go on and do better. So it's not too late. It's never too late. This is not about time. This conversation is not about time. It has nothing to do with time. This conversation has everything to do with trainer taught, the way you think. This is about how we think. Like I said before, over sexualizing children. That's the Illuminati. Over sexualizing children is not a good way to think. It's not a good trainer taught. You're injuring your future. You're injuring your immortality. You're destroying your own chance at immortality. Because you have to understand it, to achieve immortality, to achieve the levels of Jesus, you have to vibrate at a very high frequency. To achieve that level, you got to vibrate at a very high frequency. So you can't indulge in things like that, because that's not going to raise your frequency. It's going to lower it. So, and it's not just about frequency. Like I said, you're getting in the way of your own immortality, right? If you want to achieve immortality, you can't hurt what comes next. If you destroy what comes next, then you don't exist anymore, because you destroyed it. I mean, it's your choice. If you want to die for eternity, you can. I mean, if that's what you want, I don't know. If you want to get destroyed, that's your business. I don't want to get destroyed. I don't see why I would want to get destroyed. I don't understand. I don't understand that line of thinking. I don't see why I don't get why I would want to be destroyed. I don't want to be destroyed. Why would I want to be destroyed? What the fuck? Anyway, so but for some people I guess don't give a shit about living. I mean, like, I guess, but that's because they're on a low frequency. Because they don't know. Like I said, this is why you're a guardian. Because, like I said, a lot of people are ignorant about what paradise is. A lot of people are ignorant about what heaven is. So, the people that are ignorant, immortality is not important to them. Not immortality. You don't have to achieve immortality. But all of us are immortal. Anyways, we never really die. Our flesh gives out, but everything that we are doesn't. Right? So, like I said, it's not about like necessarily being immortal, but it's about living. A lot of people are ignorant about what real living is. Therefore, they don't care about their own lives, right? And they go out and destroy other people's lives because they don't care about their life. So since they don't care about their life, they don't think that your life has any value either. So it's a perpetual cycle of destruction, of self-destruction, right? And humanity is stuck in a perpetual cycle of self-destruction. And shit, I was watching a short a few moments ago today. I was watching a short today, and it was like a boxing club, and the boxing club is teaching little boys to fight girls. What the fuck is up with that, dude? Like, what is that? Like, why are you teaching little boys to fight girls, bro? When he goes to school or he's walking down the New York subway, there's a 96% chance. I'm gonna try and be fair here. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put as many points as I can to you, just to not sound like an a-hole here. So I'm gonna say there's a 96% chance that if your kid get attacked, he's gonna get attacked by a group of grown ass men. And even if they're not grown ass men, it's gonna be a group of seemingly grown ass children. You know what I mean? He's gonna get attacked by some grown ass children, bro. So how is fighting a girl going to help him in that situation? Because the men, I don't care what you say or what you think, men are stronger than women. I don't care how much time the girl trained. I don't care. She's still weaker. It doesn't matter. For a woman, it doesn't matter how long or how hard she trains. She's always going to be weaker than a man. Always. For eternity. That's how they're built. That's how they're born. They can't escape that. It's an inescapable fact. It's an inescapable fact. So teaching a young boy to fight a girl, how in the ever-living crap is that going to help him in his everyday life? How is that going to help him? Because he's used to punching girls. So he's going to punch like a girl. You are what you eat. You are what you eat. You punch girls, you're going to punch like a girl. End of story. It is. You are what you eat. You are what you eat, bro. And you're going to fight real men, and they're going to knock your teeth out. Because they're going to knock your teeth out because you've been practicing getting punched in the face by a girl. So those punches are weaker than a man's punch. The punches are weaker than a man's punch. And that's the kind of punches that you're used to get. It doesn't matter if you win all your matches. It doesn't matter if she wins all her matches. You're not growing. As a man, you're not growing. She's growing because she has a punching bag. You know what I mean? Like, she's growing because you're her punching bag. But and it's not just about winning fights. Sometimes being tough actually wins a fight. You might not know how to fight, but you're so goddamn hard that it don't goddamn matter that you don't know how to fight. You know what I mean? So, you know, like, when you meet but you're not getting tougher, you're getting punched in the face by a girl. So then you're gonna fight grown ass men or grown ass children, and they're gonna knock all your teeth out. Because your face is soft. You're not used to getting punched in the face by a dude. Because you spent too much time practicing with a girl. So your face is soft, bro. He's gonna knock your teeth out, man. I don't see how that helps anybody. I don't get it. I don't get it. And that's Illuminati bullshit. That's Illuminati bullshit. And I don't know if it was a popular boxing ring or some shit like that. I don't know. But it was a random boxing club. It was a random boxing gym. I don't know. Maybe the name was on it. I should have checked. But it was a random boxing thing. And, you know, it was just a girl fighting a little boy. I was like, what the fuck is this? And the little boy didn't even look like he wanted to fight her. He was pissed off. He was like, why am I fighting this girl, dude? What the fuck, man? So we are over sexualizing, and that's a form of sexualization. It's a form of sexualization. I think that there is a form of sexualization, bro. There's a form of negative control issue there. You know, it's kind of like you're kind of like encouraging domestic violence. It's kind of like you're creating more domestic violence. I think so. I think in the long run, I think it's going to create more domestic violence because you are what you eat. At the end of the day, if you're used to hitting women, it doesn't mean shit to you. So you're going to walk around hitting women. Because since you were a kid, you was hitting women. So when you grow up, it's not gonna be a thing for you to hit a woman. You're gonna be like, man, I've been punching girls since I was fucking 8 years old, so I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I've been punching girls since I was 8 years old. I don't give a fuck. Beesh. So like I said, like Illuminati are a archaic people that are good at fooling people to think that they are the next generation, which they're not. You can't. How can somebody be the next generation if they've been around in every other generations? You're not new. Me, I'm new. And I had my Illuminati ex-girlfriend come to my house. And she was like, she looked at me, and I wanted her to get the fuck out because she was pissing me the fuck off, bro. And she was triggering me. She was triggering me, and she was gaslighting me, and I was like, get the fuck out, man. And she told me, she said something. She looked at me and she was like, I'm the future, you know. Like the future is us, you know. Speaking like I was like talking about like Illuminati shit and whatever. I was like, bro, like this person is delusional. This person is completely off their fucking meds. And then she went to another guy's house and she got beat up. And then she went back home. That's fucked up. Yeah, she came out. She came to my house. She said that shit. She was acting all weird and shit. And then she went to another guy's house. The guy beat her up. And then she went home. That's weird. That's fucked up. That's the girl that I saved once. You know, that's fucked up. Anyway, so they're archaic. You know, they're cavemen's. You know, she acts like a caveman. You know, it's and you know that's what the Illuminati is. That's the mentality of the Illuminati. It's caveman shit. You know, Homo sapien shit, bro. Like Neanderthal. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Neanderthal shit, right? They're Neanderthal. So, but they're good at fooling people, at making people think that, you know, oh, no, you know, they're doing something new and they're presenting something new. They're not presenting something new. They don't believe in new things. They don't care about new things. What they care about is low vibrational shit, like over-sexualizing children, forcing people in compromising situations, right? You know, like Diddy parties, you know, the freak-offs, you know, putting people in compromising situation, you know, pornography, Diddy parties, pornography, sexualizing children, same-sex relationships. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but the way that they present it, I feel like there's something wrong with it. Because same-sex relationship is fine, but same-sex relationship when when you're 8, 9, 10, 12 years old, there might I've been to a couple schools because I was, a little bit, I was a bit scrappy, I was a little bit scrappy, so I got transferred to a lot of schools. And in most schools, I've noticed is, there's always one gay child, or there's that one kid that when he's gonna grow up, he's gonna be gay, right? That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And if people see that he's gay and he's getting picked on because he's gay, he should be protected by the school. The school should fucking protect him. And absolutely. They shouldn't let him fucking just walk around the playground and get beat up all the time. Right? He should be protected. Just like everybody else. Just like everybody else. He should be treated the same way as everyone else is being treated. Absolutely. But the way that the Illuminati presents it, the Illuminati doesn't care about that one child that was actually gay for real. When's the last time the Illuminati did anything for those children? No, what the Illuminati does, the same thing that they do in video games and movies and shit like that, is that they stick their nose in other people's business, act like they're the boss, they act like they own the place, and then they start rolling out fucking the things for people to do. The Illuminati doesn't attack the actual problem. They act like they're attacking the problem. They use the problem as a way to put themselves to propel themselves forward. They use people's problems. They use societal problem as a starting point, like a trampoline. They hop on it and wham, they just go in the sky. That's what the Illuminati does. They're good. They're experts at bewildering people. They're experts at bewildering people. So, they can't. Like I said, if where I feel like the same sex thing is bad is not everybody is gay. Not everybody in the school is gay, and we can have a conversation sometimes about, same-sex relationship in the schoolroom. They don't have to dress up like little boys or little girls. The little boys don't have to dress up like little girls, and the little girls don't have to dress up like little boys. You can just talk. You can just talk about it. You don't have to make them cross-dress. That's not important. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is what we're learning in school. Instead of learning about spirituality, instead of learning about like science, like instead of learning about real shit, we're teaching children how to cross dress. That's bullshit. So that's why I'm kind of like, the same sex thing. It's low vibrational. That's low vibrational. That's low vibrational shit. What are you doing? What is the kid doing? What is he learning? How is that going to help him in his everyday life? How is that going to make him better? Like, how's that gonna make him think? How is that gonna give him a brain? Because you want your kid to be able to think. Well, usually you would like your kid to be able to think. I would like to assume that some people out there would like their children to be able to think. I'm assuming a lot here. So, don't. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I don't really give a shit. I'm just telling you. I'm just giving you the information that you're supposed to know. You do whatever you want with it. That's your business. But what goes around comes around. That's what you should know. One day you will regret your situation. You will regret your choices. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day. You're going to regret your choices. If you don't listen today, if you don't listen tomorrow, if you don't listen the day after that, eventually that shit's going to catch up to you. It's going to catch up to you, you know. So this is where the notion of hell exists. So where do you think complacency ends up? It ends up in hell. Like, you can't escape what you did. Let's say, okay, so let's say that reincarnation is real. Let's say the notion of hell is a universe that you made for yourself. So let's say you get you have a heart attack. Let's say you have a heart attack and you close your eye, you're dead, and you wake up, you open your eyes again. You're born again. You're a child, right? And you're fully conscious of your past life. You're fully conscious that you were another person before, right? But as you grow up, you start to notice that you're in a world where it's very violent. It's very traumatic. It's very how do you say, very traumatic, very violent, very, very brutal, horrific, basically. You're just in a horrific universe, right? What do you think would be the cause of you being born in that universe? Was it a amalgamation of is that universe? Because we create reality, right? Jesus said we're gods and we create reality. So therefore, a God can create his own universe. A God can create his own reality. Therefore, and even if you don't believe in God's and reality, where there's something in science that believes in multiple, not multiple universes, but how do you say that again? Well, yeah, like parallel universes, right? Let's say you believe in that, and let's say that the only way to traverse to a parallel universe is by willingly wanting to travel to another universe. There's people that talk about that all the time, especially in the law of attraction sector, when they talk about, like, I think they call it not warping, they call it I think they call it warping. No, it's not warping. It's not warping. How do you say it again? It's not warping. Anyways, whatever. Let's say you do open portals. You can open a portal using your mind. You can open a portal using your mind. You can traverse to a parallel universe. So, so let's also add in this recipe. Let's say that karma exists, right? Let's say that karma, and let's agree that karma means that every action you take brings you closer to a certain destiny, right? So every action you take brings you to a certain destiny. Every action you take takes you to a certain destiny. There's parallel universes. There's the multiverse. There's karma, and okay, so that's pretty much it, right? And reincarnation, right? So all these things exist. All these three things are real, right? Let's just say hypothetically speaking, all these three things are real, right? So if you made a bunch of horrible choices in your fucking present life, right, and you fucking die, where you fucking open, the next time you open your eyes, do you really fucking think that you're gonna share the same universe that I live in? No. You're gonna end up in a universe that you created based off your choice, based off of all the choices that you made in your fucking life. So you're not gonna have me around. You're not gonna have me around. You're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer for a long ass fucking time until you wake the fuck up. But I guess your next life, that's the thing about reincarnation. That's the thing about, well, let's just say reincarnation actually does exist. The Buddhist or Hindu factor of reincarnation is well, it's never too late, right? So you might have missed this lifetime, but the next lifetime, you will still have a chance to wake up. And I feel like that's where the notion of chosen one comes from, because I feel like a lot of us are people that actually remember. No, not remember, but I feel like chosen ones are people that existed before this existence. So they were, we are people, because I'm a chosen one too. I'm one of the most powerful chosen ones on the planet. So, like, we existed before. Like, this is not our first time here. Like, we existed before. So that's why we have so much consciousness. That's why we're so knowledgeable, because we remember all of our past lessons. And this lifetime, chosen ones, everybody that's a chosen one, that means that you're close to understanding what you need to understand in order to move to the next step of whatever thing that you need to move on. Because even I don't know what's next, you know. So, you know, hell is a place where lazy people and complacent people end up. They end up because you were living your life in a low vibratory rate. And if you're living your life in a low vibratory rate, you're going to receive more of that low vibratory rate. So if you do die today, you're going to wake up again, and everything is going to look the same. It's going to be the same universe. It's going to be the same world. Nothing's going to change. But there's going to be a lot of difference in your life. There's going to be a very big difference in the universe that you're going to wake up in. It's going to be more violent. It's going to be a result of what you created, because you're creating this. At the end of the day, it is your creation, and you're proud of that creation. You're proud that you made children over sexualized. You're proud that you're making children, young boys fight young girls. You're proud that you can fool everybody on the planet, and you know, people just keep, you can roll everybody up like a fucking burrito. You're proud of that. Actually, that is something to be proud of. But you know, because at the end of the day, I mean, like, yeah, there's, you know, like, at the end of the day, I mean, you kind of want to get rolled up like a burrito. If you get rolled up like a burrito, you kind of want it to, you know, because come on, you know, you were impressed by the stature of these said people, and you probably knew that they were on some bullshit, but you didn't care because you're just impressed by them. So so if they roll you up like a burrito, you fucking deserve it. Like, you know, and not only do you deserve it, that's kind of what you wanted. So, you know, like, so you're proud of that. So that proudness, you're giving energy to those crystals of ideals, which are going to be sustained in place in the astral realm and the universe. Right? So this is now these things, these crystallized ideals that you made reality, have now become part of you. So if you die and then you come back, you're going to live in that universe. This is going to be your karma. It's going to be your karma, your next karmic life cycle. It's going to be your next karmic life cycle. And you're not going to be powerful. No, you're going to suffer. And the reason why you're suffering is because you told the universe that you wanted those things to happen to you. So the next lifetime you're going to live, whether you're a boy or a girl, you're probably going to get raped. You're going to get molested. You're going to get beat up. You're going to get stabbed. You're going to everything that you were into in this lifetime, the ideals, not just the things that you were into, but the ideals that you held, the amount of energy, the amount of positive energy that you implemented in these negative ideals are going to create a reality, because it's a positive. Being proud is positive. It's a high frequency. Pride is very high frequency. So it's not a low frequency. Pride is not a low frequency. It's a very high frequency emotion or feeling, right? Sentiment, right? So you're putting all that energy into negative shit. So that's going to create your reality. It's going to create your, and even if it doesn't create your reality, you are telling something. You're speaking into the abyss. You are telling the universe that you want that in your life. But at the end of the day, what goes around comes around. Everything comes full circle. You're going to have to understand why it's not good. You're going to have to understand why it's negative. If you don't understand today, the next lifetime the universe is going to try and make you understand. So you're going to end up being a targeted individual. You're going to end up being MK Ultra'd. You're going to end up being ostracized, beat up, abused, violated, all kinds of shit. That's going to be your future. That is your future. That is your next lifetime. Because one thing you have to understand, you cannot escape life. Caesar once said, the only thing that is promised is life. You're going to have to live. You might not be living today, and the next lifetime you probably won't live, because it depends if you understand the next lifetime. It depends if you understand your next lifetime where you went wrong. So regardless of the situation, you're going to go through it too. Regardless of the situation, you're going to go through it too. So, and you can't escape life. You can't escape hell. It's going to happen. It might not happen if you're capable of a higher ideal or a higher mindset. But if you can't do that, that's going to happen. If you stay, I mean, it's never too late. Everybody can change, and it's not, like I said, it's not a thing about time. It has nothing to do with time, because what I'm saying today could be said in another generation. It could be said in 3 other generations. It could have been said in past generations. So it has nothing. I'm not talking about time. I'm not saying like, oh, today is your last chance, or, it's over. No, it's your choice. You do whatever you want to do. It's your choice. You do whatever you want to do. But you're going to have to face those consequences, whether it's in this lifetime or the next. And as a person that has lived multiple lifetime, I'm telling you, you might want to make better decisions, because that shit makes what you are. It makes what you are. It's like It's like a signature, right? It's like signing your name on the dotted line. All right, it's the same thing as signing your name on a dotted line. That's your signature. It becomes your signature. It follows you. It just follows you, bro. Like, it doesn't matter how many times you die, it's gonna follow you. What's gonna change that is, do you understand now? Do you see it? Do you get it? Do you understand why it's not good? And then you can come back to my universe. Maybe. Maybe. Because I'm not gonna help you. In hell, I can't help you. If you're in hell, I can't help you. I'm not gonna be able to help you. I'm not even gonna be aware of your existence. Because we're not on the same frequency. We're not in the same frame of mind. I'm gonna be somewhere else. You're gonna be suffering. I'm gonna be here teaching people that are capable of learning, and you're gonna be in hell suffering. And you're gonna travel. You're gonna have 10,000 years of existence, 5,000 years of existence. Eventually, you're gonna get it, and then you're gonna come back here, where everything is normal, where you're not getting violated, where you're not getting, all kinds of stuff. So, anyways, this video was cool as fuck. I hope you guys understand this video. I hope it wasn't too triggering. It might have been, but I hope it wasn't. I don't think it was. But I mean, shit, if it was, just tell me. I don't feel like it was triggering. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, man, just leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, and I probably should say more, but I think I covered pretty much all the bases. I mean, it's pretty simple. Children of the future, everything comes around full circle. Everything always comes around full circle. So, children of the future, so they're gonna go like this, and then it comes back around to you, and yada yada yada, blah blah blah. So, humanity and all that good stuff. I don't know. I don't think I missed anything. I don't think I missed anything. If I have to say something, I'm going to say, I believe spirituality should be taught in school, and, it should be taken seriously. And we should learn rudimentary physics, rudimentary science, rudimentary spirituality. And I'm not talking about, God and shit. I mean, like, real spirituality that has nothing to do with religion, actual, spirituality, or we should probably cover all the bases, or just, generally talk about every spiritual culture, and, and then you can make your own decision. You can make your own choice on where you want to go, just like Hogwarts. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. If I have to say something before I go, I guess that's what I feel like. And yes, it's utopian. It's a utopian ideal, but I still think it's genuine. I still think it's genuine. I still think it's plausible. And being a spiritual person that I am, I obviously see the power of spirituality. Whether I'm cursing somebody or I'm getting cursed, I can see the power of spirituality, and it's very powerful. It's very palpable. It's here. It's everywhere. It's everything. So why not? And yeah, man. So I'm gonna stop the video right here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Peace out.